Hey everyone, thank you for being with me one more time. Thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for downloading it. Thank you for everything that you're doing to support the channel, forwarding the videos, financial contributions. I appreciate all of it. Every last thing, I appreciate all of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you have anything you're trying to develop, you can't advance it without help. So I'm grateful for everyone. Thank you. I wanted to talk about something that just hit me hard. I think it was Sunday. As you follow this channel, you know I'm a huge Kevin Samuels fan. I'm a huge fan. I just appreciate his wisdom. I appreciate his approach because the number one thing that's said about him is that he's just very abrasive, very aggressive. But me in terms of teaching the Bible, the thing I got to deal with the most is generations of bad teaching. Generations. So when you come and you're sweet and you're kind and you come to them like that, they don't hear that, okay? Because they have just been so conditioned to receive things one or two ways, okay? So when we got 40 years of women talk shows and even the men talk shows we had such as Geraldo Donahue and Montel Williams, they still had to pander the women community, is because while traditionally, as over the past 40 years, as men were at work, women were home or working part time in the evenings, whatever the situation was, to watch these talk shows. And we also had the invention of VCRs. So even if they're not home to watch them as the shows are going on, they're still recording them, which still counts towards the rating system, from my understanding. So we have a man who has come along and have taught us the principles of high value men, to let us know there's a science to how men in the top 10% view women and who they marry and who they don't marry and who all this stuff. This has just been brilliant, is because I think about of all my encounters and hardships and relationships and everything, and I'm like, huh. Like, had I known that, I could alleviate all of that nonsense. So I was listening to one particular interview, as I often do. I consume about maybe 5 hours of his content. No, 5 hours. About 10 hours of his content a week. Like one of his shows could easily be 2 to 3 hours. Which is fitting, is because as he was telling Hafiz of the Roommates podcast, I need to do it the long form, is because these things need an explanation. You just can't explain the high value concept in 20-30 minutes, and it's like, no, I get it. I will easily consume like 10 hours of his content a week. So I'm doing some stuff for work, but before we're going out to watch the game. So he has this caller that has called in, and she said, 30, 37. I have 2 children. I'm divorced, and I want to be married, but I'm celibate. And Kevin's like, you're insane. So me, who is against fornication and definitely adultery, he introduced a concept that I've never heard before, which makes perfect sense, because this is how high value men see this. And so the title of this video is A Virgin's Price. A Virgin's Price. Yeah. So I want to explain this concept, but I want to explain it from a biblical way. So when you are a man in Old Testament times or New Testament, however, and you have a desire to be married, it was ideally to marry a virgin. Marrying a woman who wasn't a virgin, that was just insane. It's like no, that's low value. That's low value. So you set out to marry a virgin. So when Jesus talks about a reason to get divorced, notice people think he's talking about adultery. Adultery is not a reason to get a divorce. There's only one reason to get a divorce, and then my current pastor introduced another reason, which both reasons didn't exist. The biblical reason don't really exist in our time, and the contemporary reason don't exist in biblical times. So the number one reason to get a divorce is when you believe you're getting ready to marry a virgin and you discover that she's not. That's reason number one. So someone that I know walked me through the process of when you have a virgin woman who does something like cheerleading or any intense high impact aerobics. However, her situation can break in terms of when a virgin typically has sex. I don't have the names of it. I don't really care for it. When you have someone who's in a high impact sport or cheerleading, whatever that is called, can break. So in a situation when in biblical times, when you're having someone who is a virgin, when you have sex, that situation, that layer that is broken, that typically happens when you're having sex. And then, as you can recall, and historically, had to show proof that she was a virgin by how bad she bled on the sheets. Okay, fine. That is historically. So in contemporary times, I am led to believe that can still happen if like she's in some kind of high impact, high situation. Okay, let's put that to the side. I don't know the likelihood, but it's possible. And y'all know how I feel about possible. Women tend to move towards the most possible scenario as it benefits their situation. Meaning, I told the story. I was at a singles event. I met a lovely young lady. I wanted to get to know her afterwards. It was very weird. It was very bizarre because I was trying to get to know her, and she was talking about how well she knew scriptures, and I'm like, okay, I do too, but again, I want to get to know you. So she wanted to talk about that, in so much that she was quoting scriptures, and I was like, this is weird. So I excluded myself from that situation, whatever what was going on there, is because it was socially awkward. It was socially awkward. You, when you're trying to converse with someone and you're trying to not even you can't even have a competent conversations because you're still so stuck on what it is you want to talk about. No, eject. Thank you. So we have that situation. So when I was telling that situation to a friend of mine, I was like, yeah, that was just so weird because men don't like that. Men don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about what it is we want to talk about, which means in my scenario, I wanted to talk about her. I wanted to get to know her. I'm sharing this, and then my friend who I'm going trail walking with said, well, some men do. Stop it, because women will tend to take a situation and only view the part that is possible for them. So in this scenario, if only 5% of men enjoy 5% of men enjoy talking to women about scriptures, and that's it. That's a low percentage compared to the 95 that don't. So men deal with what's rational. It's like, that's really not my speed. Men really don't operate that way. Women will only entertain the percentage that works for them. So if you take that same scenario and like you have some kind of disease or affliction, and a doctor says you only got 5% chance to live, they're not high-fiving their friends. Okay, ooh, girl, we worked this out. 5% chance to live it. Women don't know. No, because it does not work in their favor. So they will move the goalposts when it's time to work to rationalize something in. Well, it's possible. Possible is not probable. It's not the same thing. Anything is possible, but everything is not probable. Men deal with probability. Women deal with possibility, no matter how minuscule that possibility is, which makes her irrational. Okay, so there is a possibility that a woman that layer can break within her vagina if she's doing a high impact sport or cheerleading or take a bad tumble or a bad fall. I don't know the probability on that. That's why I'm not holding that up there to what the norm is. Anything is possible, however, everything is not probable. Okay. So when Jesus speaks about being deceived, in terms of thinking you're marrying a virgin and you're not, he says you can get a divorce. It's because you were deceived. However, if you go forth and say I was divorced and you go and get married again, you are committing adultery. So Jesus is saying I have not rescinded my definition of what adultery is. I gave the one example that is okay for you to divorce. That is when you're married, when you thought you married a virgin and you did not. Because during the process of dowry and talking with the parents and everything, they're selling you the concept, this idea that you're marrying a virgin because virgins were very valuable. Okay, fine. Sidebar. Another scenario that my pastor brought up some years ago that I've never crossed my mind is, what if you marry, you're a man and you marry a woman who used to be a man? That's grounds for a divorce as well. I don't know anyone who's going to debate that. That is grounds for divorce as well. Why? Because you were deceived. You thought. Look, we're not saying deception as it is so objective, because women will take that same argument and say, well, you deceived me thinking that you like to work and you don't. No, we're not going that far. We're not going that deep. We are talking about the preliminary basis. You thought you were getting a virgin and you didn't. That is the deception. You can divorce. However, if you do marry again, that is adultery. The same with things that happens in today's time, the transgender community, sex exchanges. That is very prevalent. That happens all the time. If you marry a woman that used to be a man and you was not privy to that at all, number one, shame on you for not doing your background check. Okay, I bet when you buy a $20,000 car, that dealership has done a background check on you over a $20,000 car. We're talking about your life. Why would you not do a background check? I don't mean search on the internet. No. I mean professionally have it done. Have someone who does that for a living, have them looking into that person. That is what you are supposed to do. Amen. So those two isolated scenarios are grounds for a divorce. You think you were getting a virgin and you weren't. Grounds for the divorces because you are a part of a preliminary deception on a preliminary level. The same with marrying a woman who used to be a man or currently is a man. Okay, however way. Grounds for a divorce. Okay. The part I want to get to is this overall layer of women, and it's mainly among Christian women, but women in general. Women who are maybe divorced, but are celibate and have held their celibacy for years, yet they are single mothers. This is where it becomes a problem for men. It's because high value men do not tend to take on stepchildren. No. Your children are important to God, and your children are important to you, but they are not important to me. I think men get into, and women, they get into a lot of situations when they entertain stepchildren, because research has not proven that stepchildren are valuable to a high value man. Okay, it's just more strife. They know you're not their father. They don't take you seriously. They call you by your first name, and like that may go on for years. You have to buy your real children a gift, and then these fake children a gift. No. Also, stepmothers don't tend to give you the authority to physically chastise your children. I'm sorry, these are stepchildren. So you have to pay for them. You have to provide a home for them. You have to do all these things. The moment they get out of line, you can't fix that. You can't step to them as if they were. No. It is the worst thing ever. Stepchildren are the worst thing ever. Okay, they know who their parents are, and they know who their parents are not. So let's not get into that. This whole thing about blended families and everything. No. That don't work. People are just smiling and nodding, but no. Overall, It doesn't work. In particular for men in the upper class. Men don't do that. We don't do that. They have a desire to build their own family. They could be 60 years old. The husband could be 60 years old. They want to build their own families. They want to bring their own values to it. Men do not want to marry a woman with children. You got to deal with the woman. You have to deal with her children and deal with the father or fathers of these children. Men don't want that. That is hell multiplied 3 times over. No. Men don't do that. In particular, men of means, they don't do that. I think Russell Wilson, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, I think he got a bad deal in marrying Sierra. Sierra is, I believe, she is divorced. However, don't know. But Russell has stepchildren. Okay, ain't no telling. She had obviously situation with a Future. Bow Wow, I think at least one of her kids is with Future. It's crazy. Russell Wilson married a pop star in his mind. In his mind, he is the 16-year-old nerd. He's like, yo, I get to marry one of the hottest R&B stars. It's like, dude, you are worth almost $200 million. What are you talking about? A pop star? You're worth $200 million. What are you talking about? She could not earn that much money 1,000,000 times over. What are you talking about? And this is where guys fail. They fail because they don't see the value they bring to the table. Popular media, black media, is always about the woman and her value. We don't really focus on the man's value. And what I mean by the man's value, I'm talking about a black man's value, which is not talked about almost anywhere, but we talks about it here on this YouTube channel. Okay. Russell Wilson did not have to marry her. He did not have to marry. Russell Wilson could have married someone half her age. No, not divorced, and with no children, and just made her a part of his brand. But no, he wanted to be cool, he wanted to be popular, and he married a pop star. Why? I told someone this week, once Russell's career is over, don't be surprised if she divorced him. Now, I say that because, one, black women always think that they're better than their black men. That said, you have to deal with the fact that only 20% of the upper class get divorces. So, divorceship is a middle to lower class situation. People of the upper class don't really get divorces. Middle class and lower class people get divorces 70% of the time. 70%, according to blackdemographics.com. The upper class, they only get divorced 20% of the time. What does the upper class know that the middle and the lower class don't? It's all about branding. You're better together than you are apart. No matter what's going on in that household, you're better together than you all apart. And this is what God has been trying to transmit to us. You keep getting divorced because of the hardness of your heart. Let's say you are married and your husband cheat on you. Okay. If he's cheating on you, the woman he's cheating with wants you out of the picture no matter what. So because you have found out that he's cheating on you, no specification in terms of year 1 or year 10 or year 20 or whatever, you're now excluding yourself out of the picture and breaking up the family. So now you have broken up with him, divorced him, which makes this financial, is because now you are going to need a new home. You take the kids with them. You have taken the children away from their father, which statistically they suffer a lot from. And now, because he committed adultery, which is all bad all the time, you want to punish him by what? By committing adultery, because at some point you're going to want to have sex again or get married again. Your spouse is still alive. That is still considered adultery. You're better together than you all apart. You're better together than you are apart. You got to know that. You have got to know that. You have got to know that. You got to know that. Because this is why. All these divorced women, they are not getting the outcomes that they thought they were. Because for some reason, when in particular women, when they get a divorce, they think, "Ooh, I'm just gonna find me another husband like it's nothing, who knows my worth." The man has a better chance of recovering than the woman does. The husband, even though he cheated, can go out and over time get a wife younger than you, hotter than you, if not half your age, and start a brand new family. The wife that has filed for a divorce, which again 80% of women file a divorce, she's not getting a younger, hotter husband. That's not happening. That's not happening. It's not probable. Is it possible? Anything's possible, but it's not probable. You were better off sticking with your husband. This is why Jesus talks about this idea of the hardness of your heart. Because you're hurt, you want to hurt somebody else. Yeah. He should pay for what he has done to me, for how I'm feeling. No. That's not the heart of God. That is not the heart of God. Us as his people, we hurt God all the time with our infidelity and lack of faithfulness to him and all these other things. He still takes us back. But at the moment someone rubs you wrong or do you wrong, all this other stuff, you're ready to hurt back. Nah. And here you are, past the age of 50. You are in no man's land, which is from the age of 37 to 60. 37 to 60, not married, wondering when is it going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. It's because, number one, it's some things you still haven't learned. There's some things you still haven't learned. And even when you come across a man that's even worth it, he's going to want to know about your past. Women want to know about where a man is going, meaning she wants to know about his future. But men want to know about her past. Women don't tend to want to talk about things that make them uncomfortable. It's the communication barrier between a man and a woman is just totally out of this world. Why? Because a woman thinks that, I make total sense. I'm just babbling and I'm just going on and yeah, my girlfriends know exactly what I mean. Oh, single ladies. But my men is like, okay. Let's bring it down, because you're just saying words. I don't understand. Women and men are different. And men know that women are different from them, but women don't know that men are different from them. That's why a woman will talk at 90 miles per hour and all this other stuff, and just you ask them one question and they give you all this explanation, and the man is like, stop, that's not what I asked you. I don't care about all this other stuff you are talking about. I don't care. I want to know what the answer to what I asked you. That's how a man operates. And because a woman is more than likely not willing to talk straight with a man, because the moment she feels like she's getting ready to be held accountable for something, she turns into a total retard. I mean, she just turns into all of this crazy stuff. It's just no. She will make everything your fault. She will turn everything around on you and all this other stuff. No. This is why men avoid these caliber of women. See, these women are getting sexier, if you will. They're getting sexier, and they're praying to God about, send the right man. It's like, you have no idea you're placing all this, do you? You have no idea. You don't know what marriage is for. You don't know the role of a woman to a man, because in your mind, you're living the life of a man. Yeah. In your mind, you're living the life of a man. You are going after the career, getting after the big jobs. Oh, I'll get married in that time. And good as well, you're wasting years searching, getting in good for a job that don't love you, and then ignoring the man that possibly, or men that possibly could. Because you think getting married at 24 is too early. Getting married at 24 is not too early. Getting married at 24 is right on time. That's right on time. And here's something else. You're getting married at 24 and your husband is 26, but you want him to make the salary of a 56-year-old. That's unrealistic. You are the reason why you're not married. You are the reason. Satan doesn't play a role into this. It's the way that you have overestimated your value. Mary J. Blige's birthday just recently happened. This grown 50-year-old woman said, "I am still waiting for excellence." You're still talking like you're a man. A man who's 50 can run out and get a 25-year-old like it's nothing. And they can build a family, and she can pop him out 3-4 babies like it's nothing, and still get her figure back. But this 50-year-old woman who's still talking like it's 1991. No. And this level of delusion plagues, in particular, our black women. This level of delusion plagues, in particular, our black women. Why? Is because they were never taught to value the black man. Black men has been taught to value the black woman because we love our mothers. But the black woman has a high level of contempt for her black father. So men mean nothing to them. It means nothing to them. Nothing. But they make it a matter of prayer. You are not in a position to act the way that you do towards men. No. You're not. You're not. I know what Steve Harvey said. He says that the woman can set her price. Let me tell you, she can't. The market decides that. The market decides that. So you and all your fineness and all your excellence and all this other stuff or whatever, if no one asks you to marry them, you are a car on a parking lot that no one is checking to come see about. That's why you're sad in your quiet moments. Because you are asking God, when is it going to happen? You have not made amends with your Father. You don't know what it takes, how much it costs for a woman to stay at home and have the husband pay for everything. He has to make his salary and hers for her to stay at home. You have no idea how much it costs. It's because in your mind, it's supposed to magically happen. There are women out here that think $50,000 is enough for a man to make and a woman stay home. You're insane. You're insane. This is further proof that you think nothing about us. You have not put pen to paper and mathematically walk through how much does my husband need to make for him to work and for me to stay home to raise our children. So if you have not thought about that, you have not thought about this. What kind of women like that do stay home, which is only 5 to 10% of women in this country that do stay home and don't have to work, what do they look like? How much do they weigh? What do they do to get picked by a man like that? You have not thought about it. You have not thought about it. Because you think you as is enough. You have been taught by your mother, your aunts, your grandmother, maybe. If he loves you, he'll accept you as you are. But yet, never has that ever been taught to a man. We have to go through all kinds of hoops and, job interviews and all this other stuff, and then apply to all these promotions and positions that we know we probably fail at, only to keep everything paid for in the house. No. This is insane. So a virgin's price. There's a great value in the Bible for virgins. Like a man is willing to pay premium price for a dowry for a virgin. There are not a lot of virgins. There are not a lot of adult women virgins in this country. I don't have any stats to back that up, but it's not a lot. At some point, at some time, somebody busted open. Yeah. You are a baby mama. You are not a wife. You are not a wife. You are somebody's mother, still trying to act like you deserve excellence. No. If you settle for him, he got to settle for you. You need to know that. Okay? So, men were willing to pay top dollar for virgins, for them to be young and virgins. So we are talking about teenagers, 20-year-olds, virgins in the Bible. At worst, adolescent, like 13. You are twice that age, acting like you deserve the best deal possible. When you have children by more than one man, still think you set the value on what you should be purchased at in a sexual dating market. You're insane. You're insane. You're insane. No man is paying that. No man is paying that. No. Why would he pay that for you when he could just go get someone who's in their 20s, not divorced, and had no children, and have better outcomes? Have you thought about that? So you're old, your eggs are old, you're not willing to give him children, maybe a baby, but you're not willing to give him children because you have your own children. Your organs are old. You don't want a husband, you want a stepfather. Yeah, you want that extra income. Yeah. So you are trying to set the price for you, a virgin's price, and get top dollar when you yourself are not a virgin. You're not pure. You busted open a few times. I have learned that a woman's body count is much higher than what you say it is. A man will tell you the true number for ego reasons, because having an ego is a masculine thing. A woman will tell you less than what it is to have a moniker of discretion and pride. No, men are not paying top dollar for you if you're not 20 and a virgin. He's not doing that. So I'm against adultery. I'm against fornication. However, the church has this dumb rule that there should be no kissing. So again, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, because I was stunned when I heard this. So you want some man to just come along. You're already not going to have sex, which is great, because by staying pure, by not having sex, you are protecting your heart, you are protecting your soul, and you are also protecting your decision making. Okay, because we're talking about your future. We're talking about your future. Don't make so light of your future. I was talking to one of my young guys on Saturday morning, and he was having sex, and I was like, look, part of your problem is you're having sex. You're having sex with a low value woman, and that's your fault because you don't think you deserve better. Now, let's talk about you so we can get your value up. So when we get your value up, you're very handsome guy, very fit, promising a secondary career, all these things. When we get your value squared away, you'll notice how better choices you have, and you don't have to put up with these traumatized chicken heads. Then he tried to call me the next day. He was like, yo, I really was thinking about what it is we talking about. I was like, yeah. Ain't it life changing? Yeah. Because a man has been conditioned to accept whatever is offered to him. We're in particular, thank God for O'Shea Duke Jackson for letting us know, women who are from overseas and are overseas, they lose their mind over black women. Black men. They lose their minds over black men. Every race values the black man except his own. She will value the dude that she likes. She'll value her brother, maybe. But overall, absolutely not. No. The black woman thinks the black man is beneath her. And this is what's hurting her. It's because she thinks she ought to receive excellence when she has not portrayed excellence. See, you think your marriage is about you. It's not. The Bible says it is about raising the godly seed. So it's about you connecting onto his dream, not him connecting onto yours. Women who, and this needs to be said. Women who make more than their husbands and are highly educated, they are naturally patronizing to their husbands. They are more educated and make more, which means they naturally do not give the respect that he requires. They married a man that they can control. That's how that happened. And he's slow to figure it out. He's very slow to figure it out. Because he thought that he was ahead of the game, talking to one of these girls out here that he used to run with. No. She's been hurt. She may have even been in divorce. She knows how she wants to go about it. It's not going to work. It's not going to work is because she's not reconciled to her father. But she will control you, and you're frustrated day and night, and you really don't understand why. Yeah. You didn't pay the cost to be the boss, and you didn't think you deserved more. You could have married someone younger, more agreeable, and definitely someone submissive and got better outcomes. But you didn't think you deserved better, and now you're paying for it. That's your fault. It's strange, is because I've been single long enough to see my friends get a divorce. It is interesting. And when I talk to them about, hey, here's another way to see things, and they're like, like, I ain't know none of this. Like, I know. The Bible says that knowledge will increase. Knowledge everywhere will increase. Knowledge shall increase towards the end times. I was just texting someone, and I was like, all this new knowledge that we have, it's like we've learned how to save $1 million in taxes legally. It's because all this women talk and single ladies and 40 years of women talk shows and black media, which is owned by black women, they control the narrative. But we have this little thing that's called the manosphere. No disrespect, but we have this thing that's called the manosphere, where black men can talk and can inspire and give statistics on what reality needs to be for us to move ahead as a black race. A black man, he's going to have his black family. Even if his wife is white, he's still going to have black children. They may be mixed, but he's going to get what he sets out. White women, no. This whole stereotype of white women being plain Janes. Oh no. Have you been on Instagram? I don't mean the ones who had surgery. I'm talking about your average white girl. She does not look like her mother from 20, 30 years ago. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is in the food. But no. They have bodies, and they know it, and they're showing it off. Women act like they have a monopoly on sex. You don't. No. Sex is supposed to come standard. Barring, a major argument or health condition or whatever, sex is supposed to become standard. Apostle Paul calls it benevolence. This is standard kindness that the spouse shows to the other. Benevolence. Withholding sex is a cruel thing. So you are trying to manipulate your way through your marriage by refraining from having sex. No. You are creating a problem that you fully haven't thought about. The easiest thing in the world to get these days is COVID-19 and still sex. The easiest thing in the world. When I talk to my guys, and I really don't really think about it until these type of conversations come up, I cannot believe how much sex I had to turn down in my adulthood. Yeah, not get, how much I had to turn down. Turn down. Like, you fine, but no. No, I'm good. No. This is nuts. The way this dating market is today, it was destroyed by the woman. It was destroyed by the woman. No. It is customary for rotate dating to happen. Okay, that happens for men and for women. That's fine. As long as no one's committed, okay, fine. Rotational dating, that's fine. That is a part of life. But when you have a man that comes along, a man of means, a high value man, and a high value man starts at, does he make $10,000 a month? And has he done it for 5 to 7 years? That helps to establish if he's a high value man. We have a lot of broke dudes claiming to be high value men. It's like, no, you ain't high value just by the way you talk. No. High value men have an totally different. They have a whole science on how they approach life and the opposite sex. They have it down to a science. So rotational dating, that's fine, that happens. But you don't want to get into this cheating stuff. When you're committed in a monogamous relationship with one person, why are you still trying to get all that you can? I don't know. I don't. That's not right. That's not right. No, that's not right. It's because you're only hurting yourself. Okay? Because you think all this stops after you get married. No, these same proclivities go into your marriage. I had a friend now that divorced her husband, and yes, she was cheating. She was cheating. And I'm not at all surprised by that, because I have known her years ago, and she had little ways, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So y'all, we wanna get serious about this. Ladies, a man is not going to infinitely take you out on dates. No. A man will give you the courtesy of maximum 3 dates until y'all decide what this really is. A man don't need to date you to be your friend. No, we don't do that. Men don't even value friendships of women. It's like, we can be friends with me investing zero money into this. No, you see life only as a woman, but men see this. Men who is the more rational sex, we have a whole science to this. Meaning, women will go to men's spaces trying to find out how men think. Men don't go to women's spaces trying to, I wonder what they're talking about. Men don't do that. At all. We don't do that. That is no. That is out of order. That is out of order and untrue. We do not think about that at all. Okay? The only woman on this topic that I highly regard her expertise is the great Rebecca Lynn Pope. And she is an advocate for men, because she lets our sisters know, girl, you are unrealistic. One of the worst things a woman can do is listen to another woman. We have young women listening to bitter, resentful older women that's not married. No, no. Take advice if you're going to take advice from a woman. Take advice from a woman who has the outcomes that you desire. Okay, this feminist movement have came and destroyed a lot of possibilities because a woman thinks she is equal to a man, if not better. It's like, look, we all believe in equal human rights here, but in the function of a marriage, it's not the same. It's not the same. No. When you are nothing, you attract nothing. When you are high value, you attract high value. When you're on the come up, you attract other people who are on the come up. When you are attracting men that you don't want, take a hard look at yourself. Yeah. It's your fault who you attract. So, in particular, Christian women, we want to put a stop to this virgin price stuff. Oh, I'm a born again virgin. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Your 3 children are standing right here looking at the 2 of us have this conversation. You're not a born again virgin. Okay. The best you can say is you are celibate, and even then, that is overvalued. It's because baby mamas can get dates. Why? Because men know that they are sexually active. For the most part, they know you are sexually active. You have a kid. You busted open at least once, and we had proof. Okay, so being able to date men does not mean they are considering you for marriage. Okay, because this is important. Men sees women as wives and everything else. There's no in between. We see you as a wife, or we see you as everything else. And here's the thing. We don't got to consistently date you to find that out. Because when a man knows, he knows. Even if he gets it wrong, he knows. He's comfortable with it. It only takes a man 6 months to know. 6 months from the time they get to know each other on that level that he wants to marry a woman. It only takes him 6 months. 6 months. Now, getting a woman to come along and go along with that, I believe it takes up to 2 years. Why 2 years? Because here is the woman who is emotional and she operates by her feelings. A woman does not believe she needs to win too early. She does not believe that. That's why white women, they get married in college or right after college. When black women at black universities and so forth and so on, when they become an upperclassman, they are terminating their relationships because they want to go out on this dating market and see everything that they can get. White women are getting married and black women are being extra single on purpose. And when they get out in this dating market and they have sex with 5, 10, 15 guys, they're not trying to let everybody know how many guys that they had sex with and everything. And they begin to realize when they hit 30 and all their girlfriends are getting married and they're still not married, and here they are at the age of 30 and they're like, I'm getting older. And there's no real suitors who wants to marry me. That's the moment she realized she went about this all wrong. Because in her mind, she's half the age that she is. She's 30 still acting like she's a teenager. No, you're not. Here is life holding you accountable. High-risk pregnancy begins at the age of 35. And here you are 30 with 5 years left to have low-risk pregnancy. You still think you are too good for the men you're around. All of them? High-value white men ain't really checking for black women like that. You may get one or two here or there, but not in masses. No. And then you get 35, and you get 40, and you made your whole life about your career and about all your future endeavors and everything. It's because your mother told you, don't worry about a man, get your education and your job. And that's exactly what you did. However, other races have done the same thing while getting married. Only black women stop dealing with men as they pursue their careers. White women will become a judge, get married, and have a baby all at the same time, and think nothing of it. Only black women think they need to do everything isolated. No, I don't have time for that. I need to focus on this. You don't have enough time in life to get all those things done. You got to do them all at once. This is crazy. It's because it's hurting the black family. We can't have black families if the black woman has not bought in. You are talking about finding a man on your level when you haven't figured out that you're average. You're average looking. You have a job, not a career, because only 4% of women make over 6 figures. 4%. But when you listen to black media, you will believe that 96% of women make 6 figures. They don't. No. 67% of this $1.1 trillion student loan debt belongs to women. 67%. And she is in her 30s and her 40s, and she's trying to figure a way how to get this debt paid because she's not going to pay it. So that's when she thinks about getting married, because she sees the man only as a walking wallet with a penis. You need therapy because you don't value the man. You don't value your father. You don't value your uncles. You don't value your brothers. You need therapy. You need to get reconciled on how you see a man, because how you see the men you have been exposed to controls how you will see the ones that may be coming into your life. You're asking for a virgin's price when you're nothing close to a virgin. Virgins are young, vibrant, excited, cooperative, even later submissive, hopeful, inspirational. You are bitter, angry, resentful, obese, overweight, talking about you deserve excellence. No, you're insane. And this is what happens when women listen to other women. It becomes hurtful, because we can't build black families without you. But because black blood is thicker, we will marry outside of our race and still have our black families. They'll be mixed, but the world and society will still see them as black. Yeah? We are so good at being black. All you need is one drop of black blood to be considered black. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this concept of a virgin's price, because in particular our women of faith, you're setting your value extraordinarily high at your age. Extraordinarily high at your age. And it's only hurting you. Because even though men aren't, sharing how it is that they think, they're like, oh, okay, and then moonwalk away from you. No, we have watched our fathers, who were the baby boomers, suffer by having an average woman and paying top dollar for her. We have seen the older end of Generation X pay top dollar for a woman that thinks she's better than you. She's overweight. She is she's disagreeable, not fun to be around. She cannot communicate with him. She openly disrespects him in front of his children. They can't have a civil conversation. And all he does, everything he does, is whatever it takes to keep the peace. That's how you know the woman has won. Whatever it takes to keep the peace. I'll pay for everything. But whatever it takes to keep the peace. You have lost, sir. But we're here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. The way you can reinvent yourself. It's a process, but you can reinvent yourself. The greatest gift that you can give somebody else is a happy you. There are so many married men out here that are just so unhappy, and they don't have anybody to talk to. But when I have these type of conversations with men and the things they could have, wait, what? Wait, what? What? Yeah, everything changed. That's why knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Women do as they feel. Their feelings are involved. With men, everything is almost down to a science. It's down to a science, man. It's like, I ain't doing that. So I want to invite you to blackdemographics.com. It's some fascinating. They have just about every aspect of life. They have statistics on just about every aspect of life. Fascinating. Never cease to amaze me. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to do this video on virgins' prices because we have a lot of women who are not virgins setting themselves at the price of a virgin, and they're not virgins. They have a lot of sex. You may even know some of the guys they had sex with. And they're twice their size that they were when they were 16, 18, 20. Yeah, this is unrealistic. This is unrealistic. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, so, and then, oh, Father God, help. Father, send my Boaz. Oh my goodness. Look, people don't understand that Boaz was twice Ruth's age. Ruth was approximately 30 years old. Now, ladies in y'all 30s, do y'all want to bust it open for a 60-year-old man? Do you want to? Yeah, right. Because you think, even though you're average, you think you deserve the absolute best. No. Do you want to have sex with a 70-year-old man? Do you want to be the husband, the wife to a 70-year-old man? Do you want? People are watching you. It's like, yeah, they see you married to sit next to your man and you 31 and you 70 and everything. That's fine. It happens. It happens. It happens a lot. Also in other cultures outside of the black community. Age gap dating, black people think it's so disgusting. It's not. It's not. In other cultures, it's called normal. Normal. Because it's about resources. That's not an insult. Us in America, we only think it's about love. Like, love is overrated. I'm going to. You have my two videos on courtship part 1 and courtship part 2. Y'all, when you're trying to iron out a deal for marriage, love is not the powerful factor here. It is not. It's only because we in America and we've been so Disneyfied on how it's about your feelings and love and romance novels and romance movies and soap operas and no, it's not about that. Love comes later. Love comes later. When Isaac, after he married Rebecca, and he made her legally mistress of all that he owns, then he took her veil off, and he was pleased with what he saw. Then he fell in love. Then he fell in love. So all the business was taken care of first. Then he fell in love. When you go through this process of respecting the man who wants to marry you, the love comes later. The love comes later. This is not about you. It's about raising the godly seed. So if you listen to women are trying to make you think that they are the lead singer and the husband and the kids and the dog and the cat are the backup singers. No, stop this nonsense. Stop. Women are not made to deal with things the way that a man is. Y'all have hips, you don't have broad shoulders. We are more designed to deal with the stresses of the world than a woman is. Not saying she can't. We're more designed to deal with it. Just like you are more designed to have two parents instead of one. Yeah, man. So I wanted to bring this concept to the forefront to let men know, do not overpay for an average wife. Yeah. You're not paying $100,000 for a Honda Civic. Don't do it. Spend $100,000 on a Rolls Royce. Okay? Yeah. But not on the Honda Civic. Honda Civics are fine if that's the price you pay for it. It is nothing wrong with having an average husband and an average wife. Number one, average isn't bad. Your grandparents were average looking and they stayed with their spouse until one of them died. Yes, that's when everything was simple. But because we overvalue ourselves, everything is just out of whack. Everything. The sexual dating market is just totally out of whack. Christian women, don't kiss me, don't touch me. I only want to talk about marriage. You aren't enticing even in conversation. Because you sound like an HR director. No. When a man is ready, when a man is ready for marriage, he takes control of that conversation, not her. No. When the woman takes control of the marriage conversation, she's trying to get married, but he's trying to do whatever he needs to do to get the sex or keep the sex coming. Or keep the affection coming. But no, a man knows who he's going to marry and who he's not. He knows, but he'll placate the situation. Yeah. So, sisters, if he wants to marry you, he'll bring it up. He'll lead the conversation. He'll lead the discussion. If he doesn't, no. If he wants to go out and get a ring, he does not have to have you with him. He can go out, buy a ring, and get it sized later. He doesn't need you. He can talk to your parents without you even knowing. He can do that. He has not done that because he's not going to. Amen. Amen. The woman narrative has totally destroyed promising black families because she thinks she's the prize. No, he's the prize, but you're the catch. There are 10 million more women in this world than it is men. So men are more of a rarity. There are 54% black men, single black men without children. 54%. 61 to 64% are in the middle class. There is no shortage of men. But if you compare the men to the women, men are more of the rarity. There are more women. So to all these women who think it is beneath them to cooperate with a black man, okay, I predict a rise in lesbianism. Yeah. It's happening now. It's happening now. Please, you don't have access to a man, but like you have access to your cute girlfriend all the time. Okay. 15, 20, 30 years of that's going to sound okay to you. All right, we will end this. I've said a lot, so we'll end this now. All right. We can make it happen, but we got to do it together. All right, take care. Bye.